What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I know we late, man. You know, we got jobs, man. We got shit we got to get done, man. But we're doing it, man. I'm Ryan, my man George.
Yeah, we're shaking, guys. How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with the channel.
And as always, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all so you get all our videos as they drop. Up and coming artists, you know what to do, man. Whether you have a full video you want us to do, a full song you want us to do, we'll do a full video of it. We can do that. Or if you have a clip that you like to place in one of our up and coming videos, we'll put it in the front of it. We can do that too, man. Either way, information's down below.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, can't wait to get to this one, man. I heard it in passing. I mean, you guys were requesting this. Like, you got to get this Port Antonio done. You know, Cole was kind of losing his mind. And I don't want to speak for George, but, you know, I was working, so I kind of heard it here and there, you know, and I was like, it sounded like he's getting busy, but I'm about to hone in on this shit for real right now.
Yeah, same here. Same here. We saw, listen, we've seen the uproar. We've seen some of the conversations online. Yes, I've heard the song, but I haven't really delved into it. I know there's certain things that I heard when I was listening to it. I'm like, ooh, that was interesting. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, I like that line. But we're really going to give it like an active listen this time. So yeah, this is one of those situations where we're late on it, and it's very difficult to avoid hearing it when you're late like this and just seeing clips and seeing a lot. So we're gonna hone in on it. Ain't like a pure reaction, but it's gonna be a fresh listen for us because we haven't really delved into the lyrics. So let's get into it, man. Shout out to everybody that requested this. J. Cole, Port Antonio. Let's rock. I'm sorry to stop it, but I want to point this out. I love the emotion in the beat, right? We got the Dead President's piano going off in the background. We got whatever's being sampled. I don't know exactly what's being sampled, but it's sort of this high-pitched something. I don't know what that is. I like how I just like the feeling of it, right? Ride to it. Yeah. So, you know, when you hear them Dead President's pianos, you know it's going to be some shit where it's coming from an emotional place or a real place. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow. Minimum wage jobs for the narrow. But still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds. So we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on a payroll. Shit, I wanna shine too. I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono we mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two. Now I'm bougie, I done outgrew the fountain blue. But never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. To dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons lock. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see that heavy metal get popped. He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall until the Federals knock. And sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with
Some of them joints, man, when I kind of skimmed through it, I wasn't hearing.
Ooh,
like that Bono line, right? What did he say? Mono y mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two. You know what I'm saying? We know Bono is the lead singer for U2. You know what I'm saying? And then, but Mono y mono, you know, man on man, me versus you, I'm you times two. You know what I'm saying? But mono, my man and man is two mans. But but when it's, you know, I'm you times two. I'm you fucking multiplied in this motherfucker. But the U2 play?
Yeah, that was hard.
That was hard.
That was hard because he said jealous dudes want to know how my rhymes blew. That's when he went into that I'm mano a mano, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm you times two. That's how it blew.
Yeah,
you know
that's how it
because I'm two of you.
Two times better than you. You know what I'm saying?
You know, he grew up in the Ville, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, if I had it to do all over, I would never swap. He's saying, nah, I would keep it exactly the same. He said, because I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen my melanin mocked. I've seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I've been persecuted for maybe being half white, half black. You know what I'm saying? From both sides.
Or light skin, too.
Or light skin, or maybe from both sides, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's been identity crisis issues, you know what I mean, throughout his life. And he said, I've seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I think we can all agree with, well, maybe not all, but I think most people can agree with being really, really close to somebody your whole life, or they do something to stab you in the back. Maybe they aren't loyal or whatever the case may be. And now you don't even, not only do you not talk to that person, you guys are like enemies, oppositions and shit. I was like Mike in the red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped. I thought that was a really slick play because I think
super dope.
In Michael Jackson Beat It video, wasn't it a beef going on? Wasn't it a fight or something he was trying to break up? I don't remember.
In red leather. I think he had the red leather jacket and he was, breaking them up.
But Beat It was the song, I believe, that he was in the red leather, trying to break up a beef, right? You know what I'm saying? Before you see this heavy metal get popped, I believe that's a play on Michael Jackson is a pop star. He was, the king of pop, right? But also then he had
there was some rock / metal elements in the song Beat It.
Wasn't that Slash that was playing that?
I think it was Slash from Guns N' Roses.
I think so.
Yep.
Heavy metal play in a pop song, which was Beat It. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying I see lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. So he's in the middle trying to, break up this beat or maybe keep the peace. And the flow and the way he weaved that in the Michael Jackson play, I thought that was just beautifully done.
A fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds, so we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrow. That was nasty, right? So we know that the song Eyes on the Sparrow is a famous gospel song, right? Eyes on the Sparrow. But what he's saying is, my eyes was on the zeros. My eyes was on the zeros with the commas there, right? Making more money, but he's working minimum wage. And he said, I want to shine too, right? I want dimes too. So he was looking at the dudes flipping birds, which is a bird is a key of cocaine, a kilo of cocaine rather. I saw the drug dealers flipping these keys, flipping birds. And he said, my eyes was on no sparrows, though, is what he's saying, right? I was looking at these drug dealers making a lot of money, and I wanted in on it. I wanted money, too. I want dimes, too. Dimes are like it's a 10, right? When you're looking at a woman, you say she's a dime, she's a 10. I want them women, too, but that comes with, money, right? He said he was a mean-ass wing with a hell of a shot, but if no team draft king, you know what I'm saying, he gonna bet on the block? That was crazy. So it's a metaphor, right? He's talking about dudes being on the block. And he was a mean ass wing. He was a demon in the streets, right? But if no team, but he was also playing on the fact that a lot of people in the hood, what did Biggie say? Either you sling and crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. That's your way out of the hood or your way to elevate in the hood, right? But he's saying it's a dude that's in the streets. If no team drafts him, right? So if he doesn't make it out the hood via being drafted to a professional basketball team, then he's gonna bet on the block. Then it's back to the block, and it's back to selling drugs in the street, right? But there's wordplay there, right? It's a metaphor. DraftKings is a sports betting app, right? So DraftKings you bet on DraftKings, right? And then he said he want a ball till he fall to the Federals not and sit his ass on a bench for moving careless with rock.
That was hard.
That shit right there.
That scheme is crazy.
What?
That
was crazy. So he's still playing on basketball, right? The metaphor of basketball and this sort of young hustler in the streets using basketball potentially as a way to get out, but not being able to get out, right? So he said, but if no team draft him, right? He gets drafted. He's back to the block. Shit, he want a ball till he fall. So he's selling drugs, making money. He want a ball till he fall. And to them Federals, nah, right? The feds and they catch up on him. Yeah. And then they gonna sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. So again, if you think about basketball being sat on the bench for moving carelessly, right? Dribbling the ball, over dribbling, and you get subbed out the game. Coach is like, nope, turning the ball over, recklessly, right, in a basketball game. But he's talking about crack rock. For moving carelessly, trying to sell crack rock in the hood. You're gonna be on the bench, as in a bench in jail, right? So the Federals not. But again, the basketball play with him being on the bench, playing in basketball. So that shit,
that scheme was crazy. All the way from mean ass wing with a hell of a shot, all the way to Moving Careless with the Rock, that was just nasty. The basketball and drug play.
Crazy.
That's nasty.
And a mean-ass wing. So we know when we think of a wing, we talking about a two-guard in basketball, right? He's with a hell of a shot, like a two-guard shot. But he's a mean-ass dude in the streets with a hell of a shot, right? So I'm just saying.
He's down for whatever.
Down for whatever.
You know what I mean?
He's spinning blocks and all that, right? Yeah, let's keep it going already.
You better beat it for you see that heavy metal get popped. He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall until the Federals knock and sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around and your mother went out and found someone else and then brought around and they salaries then combined when they married and brought you out of that poverty. Then you moved to a soft little part of town so that when you back in the hood you feel awkward about it now.
Yeah.
Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapper gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down.
Yeah. This is shaping up to be.
Yeah, this is
one of his greatest songs ever, in my opinion. It's already shaping up to be that, man.
Let's talk about a couple things that just happened. And when he came out of that flow with Moving Careless with the Rock, right? That drug scheme and basketball scheme that he kind of, the metaphors that he kind of kept going back and forth with. The flow that he was in, man, when he said you can't relate unless your father's not around and your mother went out and found someone else and brought him around, you know, that whole scheme, the way he said that was beautiful, man. But let's talk about what he's talking about here, like the context of what he means here. He grew up in the hood, you know, his father wasn't there, which is a lot of the times, unfortunately. His mom found someone else, got married, they combined incomes, right? Moved to a better place, got out of the hood, right? And then now he's awkward, you know, he's in a situation now because technically you're living better, right? Which is a good thing, right? You would think most kids would be happy about that. But maybe he felt awkward because he wasn't in the hood anymore. You know, the people that he probably looked like him, talked like him, related to him, wasn't who he was around now, which is kind of a good thing because you're in a better life, but he felt awkward. So then he found rap, you know, and jotted his thoughts down and became that, actually ended up becoming a better life for him, you know? So I love the way he rapped that and the beauty and the poetry within that. That was beautiful,
I thought it was great. Yeah, but that was a dope-ass verse, man. Some of the best shit I think he's done. Even though I know he's been killing features, I just feel like the combination of bars, you know, obviously the way he's working in terms of his cadences and the syllable work, in addition to really saying something, you know, having something to say, having points to make. I think this combination of everything and the beat is hot. Yeah, it's probably verse. We talking about verse of the year contender type shit, or song of the year contender type shit. All right, let's keep it going.
Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapper gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down. You jot them down. Ride to it, ride to it.
There you go.
Ride to it, ride to it.
Yep.
Ride to it, ride to it. Ride to it, ride to it. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. 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 Yeah. Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling heights higher than birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure, that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago, you can't please them all and it hurts trying. In this game where all you've got is your name like dirt, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine. Absurd times, where the fake get told it is wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate when raps become but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about to do. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable. But singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals. I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle dog, I would have lost the bro. I would have gained a foe, and all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for since the age of 14. Jermaine is no king if that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media. Competing
Yo,
for
he's wilding on this verse.
Yeah. My God.
Wow.
I want to talk about what's happening here, man, because I heard a lot of shit online about him saying that he would have won the battle. You know what I'm saying? If he would have stayed in it or something like that. And I'm like, wow, he said that. So if this is the line right here when he said,
we were looking for that, just so y'all
right.
know. Like I think he was looking for it, and I was looking for what you're saying, Ryan. I want to pause you because I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Because I know that people were saying Cole said he would have won the battle. So going into this reaction, just so you know, I'm looking for the line where he said I would have won the battle, and so was Ryan. So just want to give y'all some backstory.
And specifically, he said, I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. And all for what? Just to attain some mo props and strength from strangers that don't have a clue of what I'm aiming for. Him saying that I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost a bro and I would have gained a foe. I get if you clearly say that I wouldn't have lost the battle, it insinuates that you're saying that you would have won it. So I want to make sure I recognize and understand that. But I don't know if that's what I got from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got that it would have done more damage than good for me to stay in this battle. That's what I feel like that line means. Like if I would, it's not about winning or losing. It's about it would have been bad for all parties involved. I saw that what this was about to do, so I pulled the plug. I think he said that specifically, right? You see what I could do? You think I'm dodging this smoke?
Man, this nigga's scared, man.
He's scared. Is that what it is?
Remember that shit? Remember Pac and Juice? Man, this nigga's scared.
This guy is scared. Oh yeah, because he wanted.
I didn't want to drop the N-word,
yeah. I know.
Pac and Juice like. This motherfucker's scared, man. Like after all that, I didn't mean to fuck you up.
No, but I get that. I get that. That's where everybody, all of the
that's what they're saying.
The hood dudes is watching this video right there. Man, yeah, you ain't about that. It ain't about losing the battle. It's about losing people that I fucking care about. It's a loss all the way around. That's what I feel like is the context of what he's saying.
And I agree.
You know what I mean?
I don't listen. Like you said, Ryan, if someone were to interpret it like he's saying he would have, because he literally said I wouldn't have lost the battle. So if you want to say the opposite of not losing is winning, if that's how you want to interpret it, if that's how far it goes for you, okay. But I think you nailed it. I think J. Cole was looking at this like, nah, dude. I mean, it's bigger than a battle. Like it's bigger than winning a battle. I care about my friendships. I care about these things. Now, people are gonna say, well, why are you rapping about you being number one all these years and you would smoke this dude and smoke that dude? If you want to bring that up, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at people saying, see, but you talked all this crazy shit. You talked about you being the guy and you the GOAT and this and that. But when it came to lyrical sparring, you backed out. I think that's fair. I'm not going to sit up here and argue with someone who thinks that. J. Cole's biggest misstep was getting involved at all because he knew he was close with Drake. He was friends with Drake and friends with Kendrick. And like he said, he realized that they wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. Look at the divisiveness that this battle has caused. I thought I wanted a battle between Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole. I thought I wanted it too until I realized the stan culture and the groupies and all this other shit that's just made it horrible. Like y'all made the shit not even fun. The way that all sides, by the way, J. Cole's fans, Drake's fans, Kendrick fans, y'all ruined it. It was supposed to be about the bars and who you think's pen was slick, and then it became like trashing them and hoping that they're actually pedophiles and hoping that Kendrick beat his wife, and it's just insane. That's what I think J. Cole means. This is like y'all wanted like the memes, right? He said if that means I got to dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot dudes just to sway the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, on social media competing for your favorable memes. What he predicted or what he's saying here is exactly what transpired. Bots were used on both sides. On one side, way more in particular, but it was on both sides, right? Memes were made, people wanting bad things and innocent bystanders, from families of rappers to wanting these disgusting truths to be true, right? And just all of the negativity. Still to this day, you know what I mean? And not giving props to these guys for getting out there and battling. He didn't want any part of it.
And to your point, man, what did he say? I hate what rap's become, man. He's all, but like, do not disturb signs. I can't knock it if it's about the dough. Do not disturb sign, right? When something
you can't knock on the door.
You're not supposed to knock on the door, right?
Yep.
When it's do not disturb sign.
Right.
When you're in a hotel, you turn it over, don't knock on my door, right? But he was like, I can't knock it when I see it's about the dough. When it's about making money, he can't knock it. When you say I can't knock it, man, I can't talk bad about it because people have to take care of their families is what he means.
Which is why rap is in the place to spend. Right. Because we haven't had enough gatekeeping. That's why it's where it's at, because everybody's scared to, you don't want to come off like the hater. Like, I don't want to knock somebody's hustle. Yeah, so keep putting out bullshit.
Yeah.
Run it into the ground. And now we got Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift and what's my man's name? Morgan Wallen and all that to look forward to for the next year. They're going to be running shit.
They instigate fuckery is what he said because it's profitable, right? But sing songs of stop the violence tunes when dudes are in the hospital. It's about making money, everything that George just said. And also, when it turns to violence, now we want to be like, oh, well, we should stop the violence and it should be bigger than this. It's like, what do we want?
So if being the king, it means that I have to align myself with bots, I have to mudsling, I gotta like talk about, whatever. You know what I mean? The lowest of the lowest common denominator to win and engage in this type of time, I'm cool. But I understand someone saying, you said you was number one and you can rap with people. You said you would smoke rappers and this and that. When it came time for you to show it, you didn't show. I can understand that perspective. Yeah. When I was 10, 15 years ago, I would have been all in on that perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I also appreciate the vulnerability. People are almost mad about J. Cole being vulnerable in this song. I love that. Isn't that what we said we wanted out of rappers? Instead of putting on the fake tough guy and machismo, surface level gangster, and everybody lying about drugs they selling. I thought that that's what we wanted rap to evolve to, but now we're getting angry at someone being vulnerable and understanding like he's human. He made a mistake. I don't like the fact that J. Cole allowed the internet and maybe dudes in his crew to put a battery in his back to respond in the first place. That was my biggest disappointment because he's J. Cole. He's the type of dude that's balanced in his way of thinking and seems strong-minded enough to not let people put a battery in his back. But he's human enough, or he was human enough to apologize and admit that was wrong. You know what I mean? But then we chastise him for apologizing. I'm like, yeah, what?
What do we want?
What do we want, right? Let's keep it going. Let's finish it up.
The bro, I would've gained a phone, and all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for since the age of 14. Jermaine is no king, if that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes to be considered best to live and rest. The weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacies. So lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some will discredit me, try wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly. My dog texted me, I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't dead to me. I guess in that metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me. I texted back like, guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. They say I'm picking sides, they don't you lie on me, my nigga. To start another war, hey Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing, it's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your hearts, creeping to find emotions to touch, something inside to open you up, help you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love cause we ain't prime and shit. My nigga, y'all niggas ain't stop.
That was beautiful, man.
Y'all niggas ain't stop. Y'all niggas ain't
Beautiful.
stop.
It is.
Beautiful writing. Great song.
Y'all niggas ain't stop. Y'all niggas ain't stop. Y'all niggas ain't.
I got this as probably right now. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. That might be song of the year to me, man. He left Earth on this song. Excellent writing, man. He killed this song. Top to bottom. Everything you want in a great rap song was encompassed in this song. Excellent song by J. Cole, man. Wow.
Going back to the whole, digging up, dirt on, and trying to pay the whole team and all that. When he got out of that, man, he said, to be considered the best or live and rest, the weight of both things. I like that line, man, because I think if you're good at something, man, and you have a passion for something, you want to be the best at something. Mm-hmm. So when you want to be the best of something, there's a weight, there is a sacrifice, there is something that you what they say, heaviest wears the crown, right?
Heaviest is the head that wears the crown.
Right. So there's the weight of being the best, right? There's the training, there's the pressure, there's the constant practice, there's the all the things that encompass being the best at something. And then to live in rest, in peace, to live life in peace, there's a weight to that as well, right? Because especially if you're competitive, to say I'm just going to give it all up is hard to relinquish that thirst of wanting to be the best, right?
Yeah, it is.
But you do get peace, though.
You do get peace.
Right? You do get peace, right? But to live and rest in peace comes with a weight too. Not only the thirst of being the best, you got to relinquish that. To live in peace also means to give up certain things to preserve peace. I love that, right? I love the poetry in that, right? And what I love about J. Cole, man, is he gives you a line like that, but then he's all, let me tell you what I mean by the weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first made them both swing, right? Being the best, right? That's the weight of being the best, right? Protecting legacies. So lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably, right? Trying to be the best, right? My friends went to war and I walked away with their blood on me, right? So I think he's like, dude, you know, this is what that means. My dog texts me. I shared the words when he said to me, if you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly, right? And he's like, I guess the metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me. You know what I'm saying? I text him back, then I guess the gun ain't what I'm trying to be. I love that so much, man, because
that was so great. That was great, that line.
That is so fucking dope, man, because going back up to the line when he said that it ain't like I would have lost the battle, you know what I'm saying? I would have lost a friend, you know what I'm saying? And I would have gained a foe. I feel like that defines that line perfectly. He was like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Just because you got a gun, if a person has a gun, there's a responsibility that comes with that, right? With great power comes great responsibility. When you have a gun, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you refuse to shoot it, don't mean that the gun ain't deadly. You know what I'm saying? You can still do some damage out here, right? So I think what he's saying, like, dude, you guys see the pen, you know what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I do this rap thing at a very, very high level. It's not like I can't rap with the best of them.
But there's a lot of people that can rap really well that can't battle.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot. Yeah, that is a different set of skills. You know what I mean? So people are like, don't even insinuate what you would have done, is what people are saying.
Exactly.
So I just want to let y'all know, I'm looking at both. I'm looking at what many of you are saying, and I'm looking at the mature, maybe way of thinking it as well.
And then he finished that was, I guess the gun is not what I'm trying to be. To clear that up, you know what I mean? Because like, even if you are a good rapper and you may not be a good battle rapper, he's like, I ain't trying to be that anyway. I'm not trying to be a battle rapper anyway.
Just the whole mindset of tearing someone else down,
right?
Is I'm not even interested in that mindset.
And that's one thing that I love about Cole is a lot of rappers can say something I think is so insightful, but then they don't expound on it. Mm-hmm. He does a really good job of coming back and expounding on it. And I thought that was fucking dope. And then what he say? They stripped me on my spot and now I'm finally free. Mm-hmm. I think I saw something on Joe Budden specifically saying like, what the fuck do you mean by that? You finally free. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you wanted to be the best. You said you was number one and now you're saying you finally free. And then he went on this whole like, y'all watch, if you watch Joe Budden, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't watched it, he just kind of went wilding out like, dude, y'all soft and y'all don't want
it's
this.
Shit, all that.
So
he's not the only one though. A lot of people feel the same.
And I get it, man. Then he said, they say I'm picking sides. Don't lie on me. They want to start another war, and Drake, you'll always be my dude, and people are saying that, he's siding with Drake with that.
Or he apologized to Drake as well.
And apologizing to Drake and all that kind of stuff. I don't see like this as an apology to Drake. I just see that dude, he's like, man, you did a lot for me. Thank you.
But why did he say it though? You know what I'm saying? You're right, but why did he say it? He said it because people were trying to, he said it right here in this. He said, they're trying to start another war. They stripped me in my spot, now I'm finally free. They say I'm picking sides, and don't you lie on me, then start another war. Hey, Drake, let me stop that right here is what he's saying. Let me nip that in the bud. Yeah. Like, because he's seeing the narratives, he's seeing the people online and the podcast trying to start narratives like he was siding with Kendrick's side, I guess, when he did the feature with A$AP Rocky, who has an issue with Drake, and some of the moves he's made. Okay. So he's trying to nip that in the bud. Like, you did a lot for me. I ain't got nothing to do. Me doing a feature with this dude doesn't mean that me and you aren't good. Yada, yada, yada. So that's why he said it.
I thought the way he ended this was beautiful, man, because that's what it should be about, right? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, man. I like the gangster rap back in the day. I like that shit. I like the big money talk. I love all that shit too, and that's rap too. And I thought him backing out of the beef was a misstep once he went there.
Yes.
But I applaud people for being the bigger man, Because that's hard to do, man. Yeah, we all make mistakes. Ain't none of these motherfuckers perfect. None of y'all watching this shit is perfect.
I think the humanity of this is beautiful, and we should appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
But we should also critique it, and we also have a right. We also have a right to say, "Yo, that was whack." You know what I'm saying? Or that was corny that you did that. But I also, at the same time, I can say I appreciate that from him.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that that's what's lost here. I mean, two things can be true, guys. You could say the way that Cole even jumped out to me is about how him jumping out there to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, the apologies, whatever. Don't jump out there if you haven't thought it through. So I was disappointed in that because J. Cole looks like the type, he's always come off like the type of person that thinks things through and is not going to let the internet and everyone, put a battery in his back. So I thought that was just a weak display right there to even let people put a battery in your back, especially when you are who you are and just what you've established as a big dog in the game. I just thought that looked weak. But I'm also proud of him because like you said, man, it's very difficult to do that. He said they stripped me in my spot. Now I'm finally free. It comes with people looking at him, and some people would never, ever let J. Cole live that down. That's it. He was in people's top fives. Now he's maybe lucky to make top 30 now. Like, that's just what it is. Like, and I understand it. Yo, I got a question for you, Ryan. If Michael Jordan doesn't win the dunk contest, is he still the GOAT to you?
Yep.
Okay. So I say that to say, when I think of rap beef, it's a nice... I appreciate it. I grew up on it, right? I appreciate it, man. Like, I like the verbal sparring. There's a lot of negativity and all that has come from it, but at the same time, I have enjoyed seeing people like the visceral nature of it, right? Yep. I do appreciate it, but I do think that a lot of bullshit has come from rap beef as well, which is why I think it's a fitting end for it to be done. I think any major rappers ever thinking about doing a head-to-head battle again, I think that's done. I think it'll be all subliminals from here on out. We'll never get anything like this again because I think everyone can realize there is no winning anymore. It's just your fan base versus mine. No matter how great I do, no matter how great you do, everyone's just going to go with whoever they like.
Whoever they like the best.
Whoever they like the best. So then no credit will be given on the other side. And they're going, not only that, they're going to look to tear down the other side.
Yes.
No matter what they do, not give props for jumping in the ring. Not saying, yo, this is my opinion. I thought my man won, but yo, he got in the ring and he got busy. Nope, it's tear him down. Any songs he has coming out, hope for his downfall. I don't think anyone else is ever going to. I don't think any major rappers are going to battle again. Why? So I asked you that, Ryan, because the point I'm making, man, is that rap beef has never, ever determined who was the greatest, ever. It's about exactly what J. Cole said. It's about reaching your minds, deep in your heart, screaming to find, emotions to touch, something that nice to open you up, right? It's about touching people and making great art, making great music that lives and lasts throughout time. That's who Pac battling Biggie to me is not why, to me, Pac is in my top 5. Right. Pac touched people. He made music that made a difference, that impacted people. That's why Pac is in my top 5. He never battles Biggie. It doesn't change my perception of him. But it's a nice bonus. No, I'm sorry.
It's a nice bonus. But that's going to negate everything you just said.
I'm not saying I approve of what happened as a result of that, right? The tension that led to them no longer being with us. But I do appreciate a good verbal sparring, right? Just like I appreciate Jordan in the dunk contest. It's a nice cherry on top to an already amazing legacy that didn't need it.
That's true.
LeBron wasn't in the dunk contest, but he should be around top 5 at least of all time. He never did the dunk contest, right? So this whole like Cole's removed from the top 3, big 3 and all this shit is corny. And I said that when even after he apologized, I was like, man, stop it. Cole is who he is because he's made great albums. He's touched people. He's shaking in his time when he had the light. When he has the light, he's shaking the game up. People care. We doing reactions to him. The internet is on fire talking about him because he's great.
And he's getting better.
And he's gotten
like Jesus.
Better. If you want to hold that against him for the rest of his career, I'm not even mad at that. I get it. That's not me. That's not where I'm at. Maybe 10 to 15 years ago, maybe even 5 to 6 years ago, when we started the channel, I probably would have been like, man, get this motherfucker all the way out of here. So I want to make sure y'all understand that I get that. But that's not where I'm at right now. Is I appreciated J. Cole for bearing his soul like he always does. And just showing his humanity, man. I mean, we all make mistakes. We all have fumbled a rock.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Careless with rock. And done things that maybe we're not proud of and maybe jumped the gun a little bit. And that's what I love about it. I think that's what we all love about J. Cole, man. So I'm really looking forward to the fall off. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's about. This better be on the fall off though. But this was the complete package, man.
Dope. And he looked like he helped produce the beat, man. We got Omen, DZL, and J. Cole.
Yeah.
Because the beat was hard, too.
Couple notable lines, though, man, that, in between us kind of giving our general thoughts of J. Cole, man, when he earlier on, he said, I can see the hate in both your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the doll face as the word finds. I thought that that was dope. If I think I got what he's getting at, obviously there's a play on puzzle and word find, right? That's a puzzle, right? Word finder, I believe, is a puzzle. He said, but I can see the hate in your eyes, right? And your third eye is essentially blind. You're so blind, like you're missing that sort of connection with God in a different level of enlightenment, right? You're so consumed with hate that you're sort of operating on a lower frequency. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just looking for something to hate on, looking something to be negative about. Like, don't try to say it's something going on because I did a collab with A$AP Rocky, right? These guys are looking for lines, looking for trouble in a line, saying that I'm saying something that I didn't. I think it was something about NBA YoungBoy in another freestyle where he was just like, there's no issue with him and NBA YoungBoy. I didn't say that, you know what I mean? Because your third eye is blind, bro. You operating on a low frequency. He had a line where he said, but they search primes or something like that. Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries as good as mine, you got to search primes. So he's saying obviously it is an Amazon Prime delivery, right? Amazon delivers and they have Prime where you can sign up for to get your deliveries faster. They obviously reference Benjamin Button Cole, like my shit, I'm getting better with time. Like I'm aging backwards essentially, right? But you got to search rappers' primes. In order to find a delivery like mine, you got to search the Prime Biggie, Prime Nas, Prime J. I think that's what he's saying. Yeah. And I say that to say, like, so just appreciate what these guys are doing, man. All of them. It's okay to like all of them and appreciate what they all can do because I don't see too many people on the horizon. Yeah, I'm telling you. You got a couple maybes. But this is the first time I think ever where I'm like, I don't know if there's any surefire heavy hitters coming.
Like next ups and
shit. I don't see it. We've always seen it. We've always seen the next guy or next guys. I don't know about now. I think that there's some that's just, besides the JID and a few other people that I think could possibly, but it ain't as like, I wouldn't bet on it though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put my money on it. All right, man. Shout out to everybody that requested that one. Looking forward to the fall off. Shout out to J. Cole. Yeah. That's it. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Los Vegas. We out.